Welcome, beloved family of God, to another powerful session of our Bible in 1 Year series on RCCG Open Heaven today. If you're new here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss these life-changing daily insights. Today, we are diving deep into Numbers chapters 8 to 10, a passage rich with divine instructions, sanctification, and God's guidance for His people. Are you ready? Let's begin.
God's word is always precise, and in this chapter, the Lord gives Moses clear instructions for the Levites and the tabernacle's golden lampstand. The chapter begins with God instructing Moses to tell Aaron to light the 7 lamps of the golden candlestick so they would shine directly forward. This wasn't just about physical illumination, it symbolized God's divine presence, constantly guiding His people. Then we see the consecration of the Levites, who were chosen to serve in the tabernacle. God commands a thorough purification process. They were to be sprinkled with purifying water. They were to shave their entire bodies and wash their clothes. They were to offer sacrifices, a young bullock for a burnt offering and another for a sin offering. Why all these steps? Because serving in God's presence required holiness. This is a great reminder for us today. Before stepping into divine assignments, we must be sanctified. God declares, "The Levites shall be mine." Numbers 8:14. They were set apart instead of the firstborn of Israel. In a beautiful act of submission, the Israelites laid their hands on the Levites, signifying their appointment to serve in God's tabernacle. Then, an important rule was given. Levites were to begin serving at 25 years old and retire from active service at 50 years old. Even after retirement, they could assist their fellow Levites but not do the heavy work.
As the Israelites continued their journey, God reminded them of something crucial: keeping the Passover. This was a divine appointment, a reminder of how God delivered them from Egypt. Moses faithfully instructs the people to observe the Passover at its appointed time. But then, an issue arises. Some men had touched a dead body and were considered unclean. They couldn't partake in the Passover. They ask Moses, "Why should we be denied the opportunity to keep the Lord's Passover?" Numbers 9:7. Moses, showing great wisdom, tells them to wait while he seeks God's direction. What a lesson for us today. Always seek God's guidance before making decisions. God responds with grace, allowing those who were unclean or on a journey to observe the Passover 1 month later. However, anyone who was able to partake but refused would be cut off from Israel. Then we see a powerful sign of God's presence, the cloud and fire over the tabernacle. The cloud covered the tabernacle by day, and fire appeared by night. This was God's divine GPS. Whenever the cloud lifted, the Israelites moved. If it stayed, they stayed. Whether it was for a day, a month, or a year, they only moved at God's command. Beloved, do we wait on God's timing, or do we rush ahead? The Israelites were learning patience, obedience, and complete reliance on God's presence. Now the time comes for Israel to move forward, but how would over 1 million people coordinate their journey? God instructs Moses to make 2 silver trumpets for important announcements. A long blast was for gathering the entire assembly. A short blast called the leaders together. When an alarm was sounded, the camps on the east would begin their journey, followed by the southern tribes. The trumpets were also to be used in times of battle and during special feasts and offerings, as a reminder that God was with them. Then, on the 20th day of the 2nd month, the cloud lifted from the tabernacle, signaling that it was time to move. The tribes followed in their assigned order, led by the Ark of the Covenant, with each group carrying their designated responsibilities. As they set out, Moses makes a heartfelt request to Hobab, his Midianite brother-in-law, to stay with them and help navigate the wilderness. Initially, Hobab refuses, but Moses insists, saying, "Come with us, and we will treat you well, for the Lord has promised good things to Israel." Numbers chapter 10:29. This teaches us the importance of community. We need one another. Finally, As they embark on their journey, Moses offers a powerful prayer. Rise up, Lord, and let thine enemies be scattered, and let them that hate thee flee before thee. Numbers 10:35. And when they stopped, he prayed, Return, O Lord, unto the many thousands of Israel. Numbers 10:36. These prayers show us that every movement, every step must be committed to God. We need his presence to lead, protect, and fight our battles. Wow, what powerful chapters! What can we take away from today's study? 1. God desires holiness in those who serve him. Just like the Levites had to be purified, we must seek spiritual cleansing through Jesus Christ. 2. Obedience to God's commands brings protection. Whether it's keeping the Passover, following the cloud, or blowing the trumpets, blessings come when we follow his instructions. 3. God is our guide. The Israelites didn't move unless God moved. We must learn to wait on his direction in every area of our lives. 4. Prayer invites God's power into our journey. Moses' prayers remind us to commit our daily steps to the Lord. Beloved, let's reflect on these lessons and ask God to help us apply them in our lives. Did today's study bless you? Don't forget to like this video, drop a comment, and share with others so they too can be blessed. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and join this amazing family. Until next time, stay blessed and stay in God's presence.